here, back with some more astrological tea. Now we're on to, well, we're continuing our Mars series. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Excuse me. Gemini rising stuff. I forgot. No, because I was drinking something, and you know how it is, ladies. You don't want to get it. You just did your makeup, and you're like, I'm going to drink something real quick. I don't want to just put my lip on and then just for it to smudge. So anyway, Mars in Virgo. This is an interesting placement. I actually have a lot of experience with Mars and Virgos. They run all, Virgos in general, Virgos run all up and through my family. I'm sighing because I'm heavily influenced by Neptune. Midheaven in Pisces. Yeah, like your girl is pure, and so Virgo, I see my upbringing was very Virgoan. So yeah, this energy is very familiar for me. My sister, she's a Virgo moon. Her children they all but one have Mars in Virgo. Twin boys and a daughter. And to see them in action really colors Mars in Virgo, but we'll get into those examples in a bit. So Mars energy, it's your drive, it's your willpower, how you go after what you want. To look at what you want to look at and make sure your Mars and your Venus for sure. And how everything is aspected. Mars is about that warrior in us, that masculine energy, our energy levels, our sexual stamina, how we really conquer things, and what motivates us to go after what we want as well. Can be seen with the Mars sign. Virgo, represented by the 6th house, represents health, everyday routine like brushing your teeth, tying your shoes, feeding the pets, things of that nature. Very, analytical, detail-oriented, nerdy energy, co-ruled by Venus, ruled by mainly Mercury, like maybe a 70-30% type thing. What else? Just detail orientation, okay? These people are, honestly, as far as like what attracts them, they really come off as like sapiosexual for me. Similar to Venus in Sagittarius, which I have. They have this tendency to really be attracted to someone who can get them intellectually, who can, carry on an intellectual conversation back and forth, someone who is witty in their own right, but at the very least is just not not terrible with their diction and their spelling. My brother has this placement in run-on sentences for him, drive him up the wall via text. If he's talking to someone, that'll like really turn him off almost immediately. And yeah, these people can tend to be attracted to like Virgo like energy, people that are just come across very neat and well put together, well dressed, but not overly so. People that are very like, something about them is very smart, educated, or detail oriented. These people can also be attracted to like the engineer type. They could also be good at like engineering jobs like that require a lot of detail, music production, the very ins and outs, and the more so the mechanical side of something. They also, these people are sticklers when it comes to like cleanliness, neatness. Okay, this is like the Virgo 6 houses was ruling over the intestines, the nervous system. This is very anxiety-ridden, nervous energy. So these people can struggle with anxiety, anxiousness, just like jittery, can't sit still, or they could get caught up in just doing things, not just to do them, because they won't do that. They're not interested in just mindless tasks just for the sake of doing them. They want to make themselves useful. That's really key here, which is why I feel like Mars in Virgo is actually a great placement. We all know that Mars is exalted in its fellow sign Capricorn, but here Mars functions well as far as like being driven to accomplish tasks, to make yourself useful, to help others, Okay, they really want to help people in this life. They also find themselves pet sitting, even if they don't have pets of their own, babysitting, being asked to help with like daily chores, things around the house. As children, they tend to like be the types to fight over cleaning or you know, tasks that involve, you know, putting things away or ordering things or how things go. And again, going back to diction and you know, Mercury is that communicative energy. So with Mars and Virgo, like I said, what's gonna call to their attention is if like someone uses like an improper term, or you know, they use the incorrect word, or they say that word wrong. Even my niece, she's like 7 or 8 and like see something like that, she'd be like, actually, you know, she's the type, and then she is a Gemini sun. So this is Mercury on Mercury. So even though the Sun and Mars are squaring, with her you just see she's very, she can be a little egotistical about approaching people that might say something incorrectly, or about throwing out details. She's always the type that's just like, you know, adjusting her non-existent Virgo, her invisible Virgo glasses, like, actually, you know, like she's very much so matter-of-factly and throwing out like, oh, you got that wrong, like it's actually like this, you know, it's a little crooked, fix it. Like, let me help you. Though that's Mars and Virgo for you, which you gotta respect that though. People that are, they could be corrective, okay, because people can get on Virgo energy about being perfectionists, but they are helpful. They're not that asshole that's gonna sit up there and tell you about your life and not want to assist in some way, you know. They, even if they like might gripe about it, like, oh, here, let me do it, like they're the type to want to get in there and help and be helpful. They're not just gonna like make you feel silly for something that you don't understand. They'll definitely go out of their way to correct you. I actually was talking to someone again, like I said, I have Venus in Sagittarius, and I actually was getting irritated with how pompous this person was, and egotistical, and I was like, they can't even spell, like, and they're just so arrogant. She was just like, my sister, she has a moon in Virgo, and she's just like, well, why didn't you correct them? And I was like, maybe because I don't care enough. But you know, that's them. They'll be like, you know, let me help you, let me show you along the way, you know. And yeah, that's funny to me. In the bedroom, these people, again, the detail orientation doesn't stop. They are, first of all, rewind, let's go back. They're not the most sexual, like that's not the most sexual energy. This energy can be very you know, nerdy or reserved, or just very feminine and sexual approach. Like they're very much so passive. Even the men, they don't tend to just kind of bark at you when they're interested. Like they'll more so try to read you, want to communicate with you. They'll flirt with you via text. They might be open to more like FaceTiming and stuff like that in initial phases of dating. That's how you know that they were interested, is if communication is open and steady. Because again, if these people are irritated by the fact they feel like you're not very smart, they'll be turned off, you know, by that. So to get them into the bedroom, you'll have to lure them in through like the communication, like being, you know, like making them feel like you can handle them on a mind level. Okay, so they're very tame, very much so like virginal. This is the sign of the virgins. I don't really hear people talk about this enough, really. Well, I haven't came across it too often, but the Mars and Virgo being very virginal in this way, yeah, they can abstain, similar to Mars and Scorpio, for different reasons. It's just that, like I said, they require more mental stimulation. Mars and Scorpio, they want like this psychological mental connection. Mars and Virgo, they want mental practical stimulation, like that you know things, that you understand where they're coming from if they're telling you about their studies or their work, if it's very intricate, you know. So the women, they're very, you know, like you see them in relationships. Usually this is like the monogamous type. You usually see them in relationships. You don't really see them doing too much casual dating. They're quick to like be wifed up. And the men, they can be very, they could like abstain from sex for a while, and also be late bloomers in the sexual department. Okay, and this is because, like I said, Virgo is very detail oriented and very also anxiety ridden energy. So as far as sex goes, this could make them kind of, sex could be kind of like intimidating for them if they're not mentally comfortable, you know. And this is not for every Mars in Virgo, okay? This is example. You have to look at the whole chart. But in the bedroom, they are very detail oriented. They want to, like, they're perfectionists too, so they want to, this is why it takes them so long to get into bed, because they want the experience itself to be perfect, okay, like leading up to that. And yeah, like, these people can definitely, like, be very satisfying within the bedroom, because they're very helpful, okay. This is very service oriented energy. So with it being, you know, like I said, the sixth house vibe, they definitely want to please you, want to serve you, and they want to learn what you like and get really good at it. You know, these are the type, like, they figure out your spot, they're gonna, you know, master that. That's all I have for Mars in Virgo. Stay tuned for Mars in Libra. Until next time.